68 degrees already outside. Little chance of rain, possibly some hail, isolated thunderstorms, but nothing like a year ago. Well, a year ago. I guess we can just say that. And JC, where were you?
Exactly at this precise time 1 year ago today, I opened the show standing right here in this doorway and looking at the sky, which looks similar right now, but don't worry, today's not going to be like that.
Oh, no.
And I said, whatever you do today, don't watch us. Watch the big boy stations, because we could be in for a little bit of trouble. And little did we know that it would be exactly that, you know. So, you know, that's just kind of the way it went 1 year ago today. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit, too. People, all the Huntsville stations are, and everything else, too. But anyway, good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is Athens in the AM on this 27th day of April. 1 year ago today. Join us today, Matthew, as always, Tom, and County Commission Chairman Stanley Menifee. Good morning, Stanley.
Good morning.
Did you get moved back in your house finally?
Oh, yeah, back.
Yeah. We'll talk with Stanley in depth in just a little bit. Tom, interest rates are down this morning. You selling anything? It's open house weekend across America, isn't it?
I hope to write a contract today.
Are you?
Well, I hope so.
And Matthew, this is your last program because you're leaving for a trip to China.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we head out next week. So,
yeah, so we'll talk in depth with Stanley. Talk about that big check that Chick-fil-A presented down to Bridge of Hope the other day. We had video of that, shared that with y'all. Gloria, have the weather for you in just a moment. That's what's coming up. Landers McClarty folks will join us in just a little bit. And in remembrance of 1 year ago today, you know, we had, was it Stephen on the program last Friday singing that song that him and the other guy wrote about friends helping, a Southern thing to do. We've matched that to some of our video that Brad's put together. We'll have that for you coming up later on this morning, too. And there's a big thing. Stanley, do we ever, is it 10 or 11 today down at the former Church of Christ?
I believe it's 10 o'clock.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, too. All that's coming. If you got something on your mind, Frank's on the phone, 230-4988 this morning, or text Gloria, 603-4848. Don't try my phone. I don't even know where it is, but I'll look for it. But anyway, that's what's happening on this Friday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. Thank y'all for getting up with us. Here's the weather forecast.
Well, let's go over that forecast. Yesterday was absolutely beautiful. Quite breezy out there. Made it even nicer if you were able to be outside. Wasn't too hot anyway, but 67, 68 degrees already this morning. High temperatures today around 83. With, of course, those pop-up showers, but don't let it ruin anything, just a small chance of that. And if we have some bad storms, so just talking about maybe possibly just a little bit of pea-sized hail, so that's good news. Tomorrow, your high temperature of 85, going to be beautiful out at the square. Remember, the cars on the square will be out there. Hope to see you out there. We'll even have Zorro with us, take him for a little walk. The rest of the forecast looking good, and we may see some rain possibly, but I think we're going to be a-okay. Look at the temperatures, 87. Let's talk about a blood drive. East Limestone is, of course, the high school is having it. This is, of course, sponsored by Sir Beta. Senior Beta, I guess you can say, in memory of Skylar Mays and Chad Silcox. Get out there and participate if you can. That's East Limestone High School. 230-4988 gets Frank this morning. I want everyone to keep Tony Gooch in your prayers. He had a heart attack last night. He is doing a little bit better this morning, but his wife has called in this morning, Denise, and asked everyone to keep him in your prayers.
Oh, Tony, he goes through a lot of stuff, man.
He sure does.
Anyway, Matthew, how are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. So staying busy down at the store this week. So
yeah, I've seen your truck there a few times.
He's working this week.
And Tom, this is National Open House Week.
Open House Week.
You got any houses open?
Gonna have one Sunday.
Gonna have one Sunday. Stanley, it's hard to believe it's been a year since all that came through, isn't it?
Oh, it is. You see, I was thinking about that coming up the road this morning. You know, it's been a year. It was last summer. Winding me stayed in the camper, you know, there most time while they were redoing the house, and it would get hot occasionally in the camper.
What was that you told?
No trees left.
Well, what were you telling me? I was trying to tell Tom, but what were you telling me about Gunnersville State Park?
It blew all the trees down pretty much over up at the lodge and down in the camp area. You can. I was in the Gunnersville area last night, and it was. You can see the lights of the lodge from nearly downtown Gunnersville. It's just something I've never seen before. I said, beautiful place.
All right, all the papers today, Courier, Daily, and Huntsville Times, all got it on the front page and stuff. And here's a little bit of stats for y'all. 62 tornadoes hit 1 year ago today, Matthew. 388 hit in the U.S. between the 25th and 28th last year in that 3-day period. 1,200 miles of tornado damage in the state here. 210 miles per hour winds. 4:01 was when the first April tornado touched the ground in Waterloo. 2 hours before we came. I'll go through more of this later with Stanley and we do a bigger interview on that. But let's move on to some other things right now this morning. Besides Zach Green last night, did anybody have a party watching the NFL draft?
No, I missed that one. I'm sorry. So.
Well, you know, Richardson moved up from 4th to 3rd. Cleveland went up 1. Of course, everybody knows Luck went 1. RG3 went 2. Mark Barron went 7th. Courtney Upshaw did not get drafted in the first round, so we didn't get but 4 drafted in the first round. We didn't get the 5 we had hoped for, but Richardson moved up. They've got us talking about Richardson. They're saying that this guy, hold that picture of Richardson there for a minute. It says here, the 3 most important elements now in the NFL is short passing, medium passing, and long passing. Everybody wants a quarterback. Running backs get pounded on. They wear out quicker than kids' clothes. And then it goes on here and it says, so why bother with him? It says, but here comes Richardson, a man with power, toughness, and apparently Velcro for hands. He lost, Matthew, 1 fumble in 614 touches at Alabama, and that was his freshman year.
Wow.
Now, I don't want to bring up a bad subject or nothing, but he did drop a touchdown pass against Auburn. Y'all remember that on the 5-yard line? Had he caught that, we would have won that game.
It's true. That's true.
He'll never make it. Huh?
Yeah, never amount to anything.
Yeah,
No.
but it says Mark Ingram was drafted last year at 28, was the running back. He lost 1 fumble, too, in that game. You know, what's the chances? I hate to bring up bad memories. But
you're doing it anyways, huh?
Brad's the only one enjoying this in the back, the Auburn fan. But what chance is that football, Stanley, rolling from here to the other end of the studio perfectly?
He is enjoying it.
Just touch go out of bounds and we get the ball. But anyway, that's life. That was one of the worstest days of my life.
Oh.
One of the worstest days of my life.
It amazes me how you boys can remember football games, but you can't remember what you were supposed to do last week.
That's a nightmare. I still play the LSU game in my head and I wake up sometimes.
That's sad.
You're not that big of a Bama fan?
Well, I'm a big Bama fan.
Sometimes me and Zach compare dreams.
You might be going a little bit crazy. You might need some help.
I prefer to dream of other things.
Oh, really? Like what?
Yeah, I'm not telling you.
Huh?
I'm not telling you.
Like what?
Let me think.
Hey, here's another thing. Get this. Your kids play soccer?
Landon does, yeah.
Okay. Here it says here, Keeling Palero, a 13-year-old boy, has been banned from playing for the Southampton, New York girls field hockey team. He's going to sue them next year for kicking him off the team. He's 5'3", 82 pounds. He grew up playing in Ireland and moved over. He scored 12 goals as a freshman. March 30th, the governing body for high school sports said he would not be allowed to play next fall because his superior play would have an adverse effect on the girls playing alongside him. And then his attorney, he's 13, said he's well supported from his teammates.
Well, you always hear about girls suing because they can't be on the boys' team, so more power to them.
No, kick the little brat off. Let him play people like him. You say Max will play with a bunch of girls? Huh?
Is there not a guys' team or something?
I don't know. Oh, Matthew, I didn't write it. I just read it.
Maybe he's trying to...
Hey, Frank, pay attention.
I am.
Can we hear Frank?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Frank. This is in USA Today, Stanley. First steps to financial health, living within your means. Got the picture, show this picture of this girl. Got this 29-year-old girl in Chicago shopping. Says she's had 6 jobs since graduating college, Matthew, in 05. She's using her iPad to check a recipe while shopping at a gourmet jeans sausage shop and delicatessen in Chicago. Well, here's the letter. Yeah. What?
But broke.
But broke. Scraping, but here's a letter to the
an iPad.
And she's in a gourmet shopping.
You with me? Everybody, you with me, Frank?
Yeah.
USA Today. The cost of financial literacy. That's what this article was about when they first did it. It profiles a young woman who had held at least 6 jobs and just scraping by. But the caption for your picture says she's checking a recipe, as we just said, on her iPad. She shops in a gourmet sausage shop. We got any of them around here?
No.
What is gourmet sausage, anyway?
Expensive.
I think carrying around an iPad while shopping for gourmet food while just scraping by is a prime example of the situation that young people are in today, financial literacy. If she can barely scrape by, perhaps she could use a pad and a paper, shop at a regular grocery store while she saves up and pays her bills.
Nice.
Why must today's youths live like they are rich when they are not? It only adds to their debt and makes the problems worse. If you want something, I learned a great lesson from my mother. If you want something, you should work for it. Now people just put it on plastic and get whatever they want, whenever they want it. Some 30 million adults function at below basic literacy and struggle with everyday budgeting, but want everything that their parents had.
True.
Credit should be an earned privilege, like a driver's license. Frank, what do you think about something like that?
I think everybody tries to live way above the means right now, especially the young folks come out of school and all have what mom and dad has worked 40, 50 years to accumulate.
True.
So, are you saying I live beyond my means?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Why do you say that, Frank?
Because he knows you.
You know why I do that? Because I got good credit.
Yeah, I know that's running all countries. Good
But
credit.
I mean, how many kids today, Tom, Stanley, anybody wants
Yeah, tell him.
living like this? That's the problem we're in now.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Dave Ramsey talks about all the time. If you ever listen to him, just, buy what you can pay for. And it's, people have a hard time waiting, though. We want everything now. And so, and it is an entitlement society. We're all entitled to an iPad. And so, but,
That was probably doing last week.
we don't need an iPad. Yeah,
We didn't need it.
We could shop with a pen and paper. So, but that's the thing.
Yeah, but you haven't.
Stanley, what'd you have when you was 27 years old? 29, what she is, 29 years old.
I was farming pretty big back then, and I owed a lot of money, but it was, there's nothing wrong with owing money. You just need to justify the owing of it.
Well, make sure you can pay for it.
Yeah, thank you. Fill me in on this, Stanley.
It worked out well for me.
I've gotten my debt down to about $3 million. That's about all I owe.
We in bad shape.
When's the last time you checked your financials?
Is it more than that? I mean, come on, tell me, is it?
I won't tell you. I hate to see you cry.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom, for telling me a house didn't have too big for me.
I don't want to ruin your weekend.
Huh?
I don't want to ruin your weekend.
Is it more than that, really?
Carry on. What's your next article?
I just learned, so.
Yeah, well, maybe I got to get me another job. If I'd worked more than 1 hour a day, I might have something, Stanley.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Hey, also, coming up later is, one other thing I want to do, Stanley, while you're up here. It's perfect for you. You ever get any complaints?
Oh, no.
Very few.
All right, this is Dear Jamie this morning in News Courier. My husband, 25 years, owns 2 large trailers, always parked them in our driveway. However, in the past 2 months, we've had visits from the police department almost every doggone single night. A neighbor we've never met keeps reporting us. He complains when my husband gets home, he parks his truck with one tire resting in the dirt, not on the driveway. A city ordinance requires us to have the section where we park either rocked or paved. We can't afford it. He always tries to park our trailer or truck in a driveway without touching any grass, but it's difficult to do. The police have been sympathetic, saying the neighbor's targeting us. They know him as a local troublemaker. He's got a view of our driveway in his backyard and watches it constantly. We are honest, hard-working people and wouldn't harm a soul, but this situation become personal. Yesterday, we asked the police officer to file a neighbor nuisance report. What else can we do? You don't have nobody handle a little stuff like that, be county commission chairman, do you?
No, not really.
Who are they?
No, it's not bad.
It needs to go buy him some Quick Creek, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, Quick Creek.
And just
Matthew, you live in a fancy neighborhood.
That's right.
He does. Pretty neighborhood.
Hey,
No complaints.
I don't park on the grass, all right? I mean, I try to keep my car on the driveway, so.
We would never have any complaints in our neighborhood, especially from my 2 neighbors. They complain with it about each other. Somebody's calling now. We're going to take our first break of the day. Landers McClarty will be joining us a little bit later on this morning, too. Frank's on the phone. We'll talk more about this financial thing. That is,
It's so true.
what's my credit score?
Good.
I say that. Today, I'm going to purchase me some high-dollar rims for the Hummer.
He has been driving me nuts. I got to get some rims for the Hummer. I'm like, why? What's wrong with the rims that are on there?
No.
You did look at spinners.
You know what
Do
spinners
how
cost?
expensive they
No,
are?
never looked
We
at it.
looked online. Dang it, if there wasn't, we're talking about wheels, man. $1,700 a piece.
goodness.
I said, no way.
So I'm getting mine for $15.
No, you're not.
That's your discount.
I'm not doing spinners, no. I'm not doing spinners. All right, we're going to take a break. ZNN coming up next. We'll have that music video coming up in the second half hour, too, and we'll talk with Stanley about everything that went on a year ago today and how the county has grouped together and come out of this. And I want to do a shout out to the folks at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church, because last year I must have eaten down there breakfast and lunch for 2 weeks.
A week.
It was a week. Oh, we didn't have power. We were so stupid. We went next door to Charlotte Christian's house to take a shower, thought we didn't have hot water.
We did.
All along we had gas and we had hot water. Idiot.
Well, we'll know next time the power goes out.
Y'all hang on.
Live and learn.